Well, this is an exciting podcast. After my December and bit of January, I say break, it wasn't a break. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life. We're back, and it is a very exciting day. It's the 16th of January. If you're listening to it on the 16th, obviously that makes more sense. If you're listening to it in the future, hey, it's book launch day. It is book launch day. I cannot believe that over a year ago, I handed in that huge Word document to Bloomsbury. And today, other people get to see it. So we've decided, it wasn't my idea, but if it goes well, it's definitely my idea, to chat about the book with Lol, who,
Hello.
So the book.
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Lol likes a plan. I like to wing it.
Right, tell me about the book, Rhea. Tell me what the book is about and who it's for, to start with. I'm sitting with it in my lap. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling the spot gloss.
Oh, the spot gloss. I cannot tell you if you have got the book yet. If not, get it ordered. But it's got spot gloss on the cover. I have a thing about things like spot gloss, and it is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I feel we've said the word spot gloss enough for one podcast.
Yeah, but I'm being sponsored by Spot Gloss. No, so the book, it's all about how to achieve your goals and overcome the blocks that stop you along the way. And I've combined sort of strategy, tried and tested stuff from obviously all the work I've done as a business coach and mentor, NLP master practitioner, NLP master coach, all that stuff, and things I've worked on myself as well, I've been incredibly, I say lucky, but I hate that word because it's not luck. It's blood, sweat and tears. But I've got some amazing people in the book who have shared their words of wisdom to talk about their journey, to talk about how they overcame blocks, what happened to them, how they goal set. So people like Theopophetus, who we all know I love. I mean, I've decided he's my best friend. He doesn't know that, but I like him a lot. Theopophetus, Jo Tutchiner-Sharp, who is the founder of Scamp and Dude, who's an amazing lady. Bree Reed, who, if you're listening to this on the Thursday, I'm doing a live with Snag next week, so keep your eyes out for that. Oh gosh, who else? Mark Blundell, awesome, absolutely awesome. Charlie Bowes-Loyne, who is the founder of Wild Cosmetics. Emma Bridgewater. Lol's showing me the endorsements page, which isn't helping me with this situation at all. Loads of people from England, from the UK, and also from US and Australia as well. So it's a beast, but it's amazing. And I've been super lucky to get some really cool endorsements as well, which is what Lol was showing me. You can't see that because, podcast. But Sarah Davis has endorsed it. Emma Jones, the founder of Enterprise Nation, who we love a lot. Natalie Ellis, who is the founder of Boss Babe, flipping love her. Rachel Watkin, who was on the podcast last year, founder of the Tiny Box Company, absolute force of nature, loved her. Olivia Hanlon, who is from Girls in Marketing. Owen O'Kane, who is from, he's got a book actually. He's got 2 books. He's amazing. I've met him actually at Theopophetus' event. Grace Andrews, who is the Social Climber on Instagram, but is also the marketing director of Flight Studio, who is responsible for Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, and Maxine Laceby, who is the founder of, the co-founder of Absolute Collagen. So a real amazing group of people who have been kind enough to read and been so lovely about the book. It's been mind-blowing. Because I think when you write a book and you put your heart and soul into it, you're kind of really proud of it. And then you have this, oh my God, what if it's actually crap moment? And when other people read it and say, it's really good, you think, maybe it is really good. So yeah, that's quite an in-depth explanation about what the book is.
You just jumped through like the three questions I was going to ask. You've answered in one there.
Did you have a plan for questions?
Well, not really, but I was thinking of them and you kept saying things.
Nice one.
Those questions came and went. Okay. Are you planning to talk about the repurposing of the interviews you did with these people you just mentioned?
Yes.
In the form of a podcast?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to go ahead and do that?
I might talk about that. So what I'm doing, by the time you get this, hopefully I will have done, is that for people that read the book, there will be I've made the page on my website, a little secret area on the website where you can listen to all the downloads of the full interviews, which is a really cool bonus. but also over the next, well, at a rate of one a week. So we're here for the long haul. You'll be able to listen to them through the podcast. But I mean, buy the book. Buy the book. You can listen to them all in one hit, but they're brilliant reminders. There will also be a goal-setting challenge that we'll be launching very, very soon. For those who've bought the book again, it's like a little perk. It's going to be really good. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You should have hopefully heard about it by now, but if not, it will be starting soon. Because the theory of it all is really important, but the doing of it's even more important. And one of the chapters talks about making sure you've got like the right network behind you. So I thought, you know what, let's make that network to help you achieve what you want.
Okay. And just explain who's going to be in those podcasts, because obviously a minute ago we were talking about endorsements and previously talking about contributors to the book.
Yeah, the contributors.
So it's contributors, and the podcast will be on this podcast forum, this format.
So not all of the contributors are in the book, in the podcast, sorry, just to manage your expectations, because a few of them were done sort of on the fly slightly. But they're the ones that you've got, and there are, I mean, Lol's edited them, 15?
Oh, at least, yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good podcasts to listen to. They are really good, aren't they?
And they're going to come out in the same way as your normal podcast.
Yeah, once a week. They'll be released once a week unless people have ordered the book. And then there's a link in the book that will take you to a page on my website where you can listen to them all. You can binge them. But, you know, be warned, you will be so motivated and inspired afterwards. Some of the stories are incredible. They'll make you laugh a lot. At least one nearly made me cry. Possibly did make me cry. Incredible. I mean, I can ask you a question.
Seems unusual, but feel
well,
free.
I actually mentioned you on a webinar today. You weren't here, so I thought it was fine. I asked the dog, she agreed. So you proofread this book a while ago.
Yeah.
And from it, and also just to put this into context, Lol, bless him, is a secret supporter of mine. Not openly. Lol openly challenges me on everything. Don't you?
Well, someone's got to.
You read the book.
Yeah, which is a feat in itself.
Which he's severely dyslexic, so it's a whole thing.
I read like Harry Potter because they didn't release the audio book of the final one back in the day. I proofread your first book and your second book, and that's pretty much the longest books I've ever read, I think.
That's Lol's reading history.
Yeah, done.
And one of the cool things and unexpected things that's come out of the book, the dyslexic proofreader who takes it all on a lot more than most people, has actually taken action based on the stuff in the book, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. Having been inspired by the ideas in the book and the people that I was reading about, I spoke to you, didn't I, whilst we were on holiday, and decided to pursue or rekindle a career in the outdoors, which I haven't done since I was 19, 20.
God, that was a long time ago.
I know, it was a long time ago.
Long time ago.
And I'd given it up, thinking I'd never really be able to progress, having had sort of a good 25 years away from that industry. But a combination of reading the book, speaking to Rhea nagging me incessantly to get on with it, and giving me help along the way, has really made it possible to actually get things going again. And I'm now well on my way to getting more qualifications than I ever thought I would back in the day, never mind in the last few years. So that's been superb, and the work I've had as a result, and the people I've met, and the opportunities that I've got, I couldn't have predicted even 6 months ago. And things continue to evolve. It's just amazing how things sort of come to you if you make the effort and put yourself out there. It's surprising how it all seems to work.
I mean, you've done a lot with children, haven't you, in the outdoors?
Yeah.
And I know from some of the stories that you've told about that, you've definitely made a difference to them.
Yeah, and actually having stepped away from that industry for so many years, the things that have happened in the interim, especially having our own children, really help when you're working with children, because you understand them on a completely different level to what I would have done when I was in my early 20s. And you can appreciate kind of what's going on in their heads, what they can manage, how the whole thing works. It's been really interesting. I mean, I am finding myself now working with kind of 18-year-olds all the time, or children, as in the instructors are 18 who work around me, and the children are kind of about as old as our kids. So it's an interesting mix, but it's great fun.
Yes, surprising. It really is a complete mystery. No, it's a really good example, because we can think that things are just too big and too overwhelming and completely unachievable. And that can just stop a lot of people because they think, well, that's not a thing anymore. But I think a lot of the time, there are ways you can get back to things. There are ways to achieve what you want to achieve. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, quick, painless. And it might be that you start off down the path and you think, screw this is just a lot. I'm not that interested anymore. But I think that so many people, well, all of us, me included, we look at something and go, oh, that's not possible. And we just count ourselves out before we've even tried. And it's a real shame, because there are some really, really talented people who are incredible and just count themselves out of things really quickly. So the book, you can buy it, please do, because hand on heart, I wouldn't say buy it if it was rubbish, because I wouldn't have sent it to the publisher, and I wouldn't have gone through all this process if it was rubbish. It's really good. It's available from Bloomsbury Direct, or you can get it through Amazon or any good bookshop. I've also got another really cool thing that's happening on the 29th of January. I was going to say December. I feel like I'm in a time warp. 29th of January at Hatchard's in Piccadilly, which is without a doubt the most beautiful bookshop I've ever been into. I dragged poor Ruth there. Well, not dragged, she willingly came. Just before Christmas, and it's just magic. And we've got a book event there. With not just me, because that wouldn't be that exciting, but with Joanna Jensen, who's the founder of Child's Farm, with Simon Alexander Ong, who wrote the book Energize. He's absolutely awesome. And a lady called Laura Tennyson, who is, and I'm gonna absolutely butcher how you pronounce this, Jojo Maman Bebe. I don't know how. It's got accents over the E's. Bebe.
I'm sure it's not like that.
It's not baby, is it?
No.
Or Jojo. Let's just call it Jojo. She founded that business from nothing. And now she's got a retreat in Wales where she does sort of yoga and wellness, and it's beautiful. And she's coming to join us as well. So it's going to be the most incredible evening. I've even managed to persuade Lowell to come into London for it.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It is a bit, that's never happened before, has it?
No, I'm very much country mouse.
Yeah, Lowell likes to stand on a mountain on his own, which is why these qualifications are so good. No, it's going to be amazing. So do book your tickets. It's £10 for a ticket. Or if you're a Hatchard's reward member, it's only a £5. It's insanely good value. So
and Hatchard's does look amazing, doesn't it?
Oh, well, Ruth was whining because there were a lot of stairs and I kept going up and down them because I didn't know what I was doing. I think there's 4 or 5 floors. And the smell of the books, just heady. It's the most incredible place, and it's next to Fortnum and Mason's. So you can nip in there if you want. And I feel like there's going to have to be a pub involved at least before. Not for me, for Lol.
Before, during and after.
It's going to be great. So it'd be awesome if you would, well, A, buy the book, but B, feel free to come along to the event. If you don't know, if you Google like Hatchard's, you've got this, the link will come up on Eventbrite. You can get your tickets through there. If you Google, you've got this Rhea Freeman, you can find out where to buy the book from. It's a big salesy one today, but I don't ask for a lot. I don't do many salesy things. I feel you've not really delivered much on this podcast, Lol. I feel like it's just been me talking.
Yeah, well, that is fairly typical.
Well, thank you for listening to this. If you have got the book, please could you take a photograph of it and share it on your social media? Tag me. I will repost it. I will share it. I will be so, so grateful. If you're coming to Hatchard's, let me know. I can look out for you. Just come and say hi. I'm usually in a world of my own in places. Although I do like London, it is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, I'm currently looking out the window here and I can just see mud, a horse and 2 sheep. London, I've got a lot more to focus on. I've got all the people. I've got the pigeons. I've got dogs on tubes. Oh, that's amazing. You're going to love that.
What?
Dogs on tubes. You know like Paddington, the film, where he grabs that dog and goes down the escalator on a tube? When I was with Ruth, I saw somebody with a dog in a jacket. I think it was like a lurcher. It was quite a big dog under his arm on an escalator.
God.
You're going to love it. I mean, you're not. You're going to hate it, but you're going to love it.
Good stuff.
So yeah, if you've got dog on a tube, come and see me. But no, I'd love to see you at Hatchard's and I'd love to hear what you think about the book. if you've got it, please do take those photographs. And when you've read it, or even as you start reading it, leaving a review on wherever you bought it from would be amazing. Whew.
Yeah, and come and say hello to me if you see it. I'll be the one that looks like I shouldn't be there, probably in a corner, possibly in one of Hatchard's little sub-rooms reading or sitting in a beanbag rocking slowly.
Yeah, that's not...
Come and find me, because Rhea will be busy, and then I'll get Rhea for you.
You won't. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll catch up soon.